Hey everybody. Today I want to talk about anxiety and how you can help yourself overcome the enormous amount of overwhelming anxiety that you tend to fear during and after an abusive relationship. So that anxiety will just really eat at you. It'll just like overtake your life and it gets out of control. And then it feels like you don't even know what you can do to stop it, to calm it down. And sometimes that can escalate into like a full blown panic attack. And you don't want to get that far, because every time you do that, you're setting yourself back so much. And you've probably experienced that when you get really pulled into that anxiety, it takes you hours and hours and hours to calm down. I mean, you can lose entire days on that role, right, of anxiety. One of the leading contributions to anxiety is the television broadcasting, right? And, unfortunately in America, especially, we've gotten really used to our television sets. And you walk into people's homes and often the TV is just on, like all the time. Like maybe no one's even watching it, but it's just on and it's just putting out this bombardment of stimulation, of information, of electromagnetic waves. And the thing is that the television works on electromagnetic waves, right? And that actually affects your brain. Your brain works on electromagnetic waves. They test these in hospitals with the EEG. They put those little nodes on people's brains and figure out, is their brain moving in alpha, beta, delta, theta brain waves? What's going on where and which parts of the brain? They can tell a lot about a person's state through that. And if you're sitting in front of the television frequently, that's really messing up your brainwave state. It is causing a state of constant arousal and constant anxiety. And you might think, I don't notice that. Like I sit in front of the TV, everything's fine. But the thing is that you don't notice it until you stop doing it for a period of time. Like I got rid of my television in 2003. I just didn't want to have one anymore. I didn't want to have broadcasting. It was just against the idea. I wanted to focus on other things. And then about 3 years later, 4 years later, I was at somebody's house and they had the TV on and it was like Dancing with the Stars or something. It wasn't even like the news or something really horrific. It was just like a fun TV program. And I sat down in front of the TV and in a couple minutes, I started to go into like a full panic attack. And it was just literally the bombardment of those waves coming off that television. It was so much anxiety, I couldn't handle it. So the first thing I want to recommend to you is to turn off the television, and give yourself like certain hours of certain days that you can watch it. Maybe you have like a favorite series or some movies that you really love to watch, and it's a good way for you to like relax and calm down, just unwind after work or before bed. And that's okay. Set that time up that you can do that you can watch your favorite things. Maybe you really want to laugh. You want to put on a funny movie and you want to just kick back and laugh and just like forget about all the worries and problems and just have a really good time and have some fun. And that's great too. But when it's just on and it's on broadcasting, and it's just on and on and on and on, that's really working against you and against the sense of peace that you'd probably really like to cultivate. And I also want to recommend meditation as an excellent prescription for calming down the anxiety. I mean, meditation is just wonderful for so many things. Now there's so much science out there about the neuroplasticity, how your brain and nervous system actually changes as you meditate, right? So the science is out there, and now everybody's talking about meditation and how great it is for you. So I recommend that instead of sitting there and just watching the television or just having it on constantly, when you're just winding down after work day, when you're winding down before you go to bed, you want to relax and calm down, give yourself some time to meditate. Like it's a great thing to do in bed, especially if you have trouble sleeping, if you have trouble like shutting it down in your mind because you're just thinking and ruminating on things. Laying in your bed and taking some deep breaths with your eyes closed and focusing your awareness on your breath. Giving that attention to your breath, bringing your awareness there instead of to the thoughts. And the thoughts will come by and then you're going to get distracted, but then come back to the breath. And then you'll get distracted again and then come back to the breath. And just keep focusing on your breath. And you don't need to do anything unnatural with your breath. Just observe your breath. And maybe you'll even notice that sometimes like you're not breathing, that you're almost like holding your breath, and you're holding your breath kind of up here as you're thinking and thinking and thinking about something that's causing you anxiety. Or maybe what you notice is that you're taking like very, very shallow breaths into like the top part of your lungs. You're not breathing into like the fullness of your lungs. You're not breathing into your belly, right? Like if you watch a baby sleep, you watch its belly go up and down like this as it's breathing. That's the natural breath. So you want to allow yourself to focus on the breath, to calm down, right? To focus that awareness down inside your body, because your awareness is probably here a lot. It's in your mind. It's thinking about a lot of things. Bring it down into your heart. What does your heart say? Bring it down into your body. What is your body saying? Right? Are there any particular areas of your body right now that are in pain or in tension, or maybe have a message that they want to share with you? So the more you practice that meditation, and I mean, it can be for 2 minutes or 5 minutes a day. If that's all you can do at the beginning and that's all you have time for, that's great. Do something, right? If you start meditating for a few minutes and then you fall asleep at night, that's not a bad thing. It didn't mean you failed at meditation. It means that the meditation helped you fall asleep peacefully, right? And the more you meditate, the more you get to know yourself, the more self-awareness you have, the closer in connection and contact you're going to be with your intuition. And that is an invaluable inner resource that no one can take from you. Your intuition is always right, and it only goes wrong when you doubt it and take action against it, right? So those are my 2 tips for today to reduce anxiety. Turn off the boob tube and meditate. Meditate, meditate, meditate. I'm just going to keep saying that over and over again because it is so important for the healing journey, especially after you're coming out of a psychologically abusive relationship. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, if you're using meditation to help you get out of the anxiety, share that below in the comments so other people can see it and you can encourage them. If you liked this video, please feel free to like it. If you think you know someone who might benefit from this, please go ahead and share it. See you soon.